Hi everyone, welcome to the Whiteleyverse with me, Connor Whiteley, for another daily short story. Now, before I start today's story, please remember to like, comment and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new content, and the engagement really helps the Whiteleyverse with the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you want to buy this short story and any of my other fiction, then they're available from all major ebook retailers and at your local bookstore and local library if you requested, and you can order paperback copies from Amazon. Now, here's today's short story. I hope you enjoyed just as much as I did writing it.
Better safe. This was the day his life changed forever, in a very Hell's Place way. Better Safe security watcher Nolan Holmes flat out loved his job, telling people about it, and protecting people's properties. It had to be the best job in the world, and he never ever wanted to leave, be fired or not working. He was so good at his job, he was even allowed to work from home. The company paid for his home office, and today was the first time he was getting to use it. Life really didn't get any better than this, as far as he was concerned. A lot of his friends, his parents and his siblings had mentioned he should just go to work in his underwear or casual dress. No one was going to check on him, and no one would know if he wasn't wearing business wear, but he really didn't like the idea. He was a professional, a protector, and he had to be ready at all times. He was more than happy in his black shirt, navy trousers and red tie. He always wanted to look the part of a protector, and he always wanted to be as sharp as possible. Hell's Place needed to be protected at all costs. Nolan sat on the perfectly supportive, comfortable, and warm desk chair. He was surprised that a chair could be so comfortable, that it felt like his mom was hugging him from when he was a kid. Yet the chair was still so supportive that his entire body felt like it was sitting on a cloud. He was sure he could sit at his desk for years without ever feeling any pain. Nolan moved a little closer to the walnut desk that his company had specially made just for him. It was at the perfect height. There was enough room for his 2 large computer monitors, his massive mug of freshly made coffee, and his various notepads. The computer monitors were 4K quality, and he had read about the quality, the crispiest of the screen, and how stunning they looked, but to actually see them in the flesh was something else. They were stunning. Just stunning. He changed the standard black background to a wonderfully colorful fantasy forest, and the way the bright purple, the dark reds, and the golden fairies popped in the image was mind-blowing. He loved working from home, and he never wanted to leave. Little did he realize he should have been more careful what he wished for. He picked up his large mug of freshly made coffee and enjoyed the bitter hints of coffee, honey, and caramel syrup to fill his office. It was the perfect smell for a perfect starter to a perfect day. The coffee tasted so strong with its punchy bitterness, but the gentleness of the floral honey and the sweet burnt notes of the caramel were just delightful. Another perfect addition to the start of the day. He clicked on the Better Safe portal, logged in and started checking on his clients' houses. He couldn't help smiling. He loved this part of the job because he got to help people, keep them safe, and protect them from the predations of Hell's Place. Everyone knew the rumors of Hell's Place, the former council estate where people died, went missing, or other weird and twisted things happened every day without a second thought. As far as he was concerned, it was his duty, his mission, and his passion to keep everyone safe. He clicked on his neighbor's living room. Dolly was sitting in her favorite gray armchair, reading a brand new paperback that her husband had brought her yesterday. Nolan liked seeing how emotional Dolly got when her husband gave her the gift. He liked watching his neighbors, his friends, and he was always watching. He didn't need to watch a soap opera, sitcom, or any other media because Hell's Place was his media. Tiny laughter echoed round the room. Nolan looked round the brand new home office as the high-pitched laughter continued. It got louder, then quieter, then louder again. He frowned. This wasn't normal. His entire body tensed. He had heard a few rumors that Hell's Place didn't like it when people acted against its interests. Like protecting others, foiling its plans, and interfering with so-called schemes it didn't understand. Nolan shook away the silly thought. This was Hell's Place coming to hurt him, and even if it was, he had to live, he had to keep watching, and he had to protect others. The tiny laughter got deafening. Nolan covered his ears. He tried to get off the chair, but he couldn't. His eyes widened as he saw his jeans, shirt, and trousers melt into the desk chair like glue. He tried to move, but he couldn't. He was trapped, glued in place, and the laughter went silent. He felt someone behind him. "You have a good operations, I admit," a man said in a soft, almost friendly voice. Maybe the man was middle-aged or only slightly younger, he wasn't sure. Thank you," Nolan said, trying to move, but he couldn't. The man behind him laughed. "I am the Watcher, or Master of Eyes. I send out my animals, my birds and my creatures, to spy on every single aspect of Hell's Place. I have been watching you for some time." Nolan tensed. His stomach churned into a painful knot. That wasn't possible. He was always careful, and every week he made sure to test his equipment for counter-surveillance. He licked his lips at the delicious coffee. All he wanted was a wonderful mouthful of the bitter coffee, floral honey, and sweet hints of burnt caramel syrup. He needed something to take his mind off his nightmare. "What do you want?" Nolan asked, stretching fingers as far as he could, but it was useless. He was glued here. The computer screen crackled, flashed, and the Better Safe app closed down. The fantasy forest appeared on screen. The golden light of the fairies popped out of the screen. The golden orbs buzzed round his head and flew faster and faster round him. The buzzing was so loud, deafening, and awful. He needed the noise to stop. It had to stop. The Master of Eyes clicked his fingers. The golden orbs stopped and hovered just in front of his eyes. They were so close to him, they were just blurs of light. And Nolan had a feeling the last thing he wanted was to actually see them. "The golden orbs were a new creation of mine, so I sent them to watch you. I am the Master of Eyes after all," the man said. "Show yourself to me," Nolan said. The Master of Eyes laughed. He clicked his fingers and the supportive desk chair snapped round. Nolan screamed as he saw the Master of Eyes. His long black cloak was covered in thousands of constantly blinking blood-red eyes that were looking in 1,000 different directions. Nolan shook his head. It was so awful, disgusting, and outrageous to look at that. The Master of Eyes' long snake-like hair flowed round his head. The red, green, and black snakes were constantly sniffing the air and looking in even more thousands of directions that Nolan had no idea what the hell they were hoping to find. Then he realized this was the Master of Eyes. Each eye, each snake, each creature had to be connected to him and who he was watching. This was how the Master of Eyes watched everyone and never missed a trick. "Look at my face," the Master of Eyes said. Nolan really didn't want to, but he did. He gasped at the awful, twisted, foul face that looked at him. His 6 eyes were bright with a strange combination of gold, blood-red, and violet streaked through each eye, and all of them were focused only on him. Unlike all the other eyes, the Master was dedicating 6 eyes to looking at him, and that terrified him. The Master took a few steps forward. "You love your job. You love your passion and protecting people. Correct?" Nolan nodded, but he knew he was done for. His stomach churned, sweat ran down his back, and he hoped beyond hope that there was a way out of this nightmare. He couldn't fail in his duty. He had to protect the innocent people of Hell's Place. He didn't want any more people to die, go missing, or have any other twisted or weird things happen to them. All that stuff had to end. The Master of Eyes nodded. "I will give you a simple choice. Stay in your desk chair forever, until the end of time, and always be watching, protecting, and looking after your fellow humans." Nolan nodded. He liked the sound of that. He could still fulfill his duty, his passion, and he would still be protecting people. "What's the catch?" Nolan asked. The Master of Eyes laughed. "You will belong to me. You will be my slave, my eyes, and you will never be able to leave." Nolan's eyes widened. He didn't want that. He wanted to see his friends, find a cute woman to marry and fall in love with, and he wanted a life. The buzzing of the damn fairies got even louder, and Nolan knew without a shadow of a doubt that they were going to kill him if he didn't agree. I don't really have much of a choice, do I? No. You do not. Nolan bit his lower lip. He wanted to keep protecting people, and maybe he could finish his wonderfully lukewarm mug of bitter coffee with delightful floral notes from the honey and the sweet burntness from the caramel syrup. I'll do it, Nolan said. The Master of Eyes disappeared. The golden orb slammed into Nolan, and he screamed as every single cell in his body felt like it was on fire. Nolan screamed even louder as he felt golden, violet, and blood-red eyes grow out of his skin. The desk chair snapped back round, and he could move a little once more, so he opened up the Better Safe app. He started searching for crimes and his stomach churned. This wasn't what he wanted, it wasn't freedom, and it wasn't how he had planned to fall victim to Hell's Place. But sometimes no one had a say in the matter, and becoming a pawn in Hell's Place so he could protect people was better safe than sorry.
Welcome back everyone, it's me again, Connor Whiteley. So I really hope that you enjoyed today's story, because I flat out love writing, creating stories and sharing them with you. If you really enjoyed today's story, then please remember to like, comment and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new content, and the engagement really helps the Whiteleyverse with the YouTube algorithms. And if you want to buy this short story or any of my other fiction, then they're available from all major ebook retailers, and you can get them from your local library if you requested, and you can order the paperback copies from Amazon, your local bookstore or local library if you request it. Lastly, if you want to support the channel on a one-off basis, then you can now buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/Connor Whiteley. Also, if you know anyone who would enjoy today's story, then please share it with them. I'm always really grateful when you wonderful people help spread the word about the channel. So, thanks for watching the Whiteleyverse, and I'll see you again soon. Have a great day, everyone.